I wanted to talk a bit about Deathmatch. I wanted to talk about why I think a lot of people don't use it correctly, as well as why I think a lot of people go into it with the wrong mindset. And I'm going to keep this as basic as possible because this is meant for people that are either just starting or that are really just now starting to want to rank up. So, if you play Deathmatch and the first thought on your mind is I want to win, that's wrong. Or if the first thought on your mind is, I want to have a good KD, that's wrong. Or I want to get as many kills as possible, that's also wrong. And these specific things are wrong. I'm not saying that there's a specific thing you have to have in mind, but these things where you're looking at it like you're looking at your KD, your kills, you're looking at just the score on the lead or the position on the leaderboard that you're on. These are just not things you want to look at because the entire idea of deathmatch is to help you improve. And if you're so fixated on being the best you can be in that specific deathmatch that you're being the best that you can be in the specific deathmatch that you're playing, then you'll never actually be able to be as good as you can as a player outside of deathmatch. The purpose of deathmatch should be to practice, like as broad as it can be, practice because you can practice your aim, your movement, you can practice just different maps. You can figure out how to peak certain angles on certain maps. You can figure out different pathing on certain maps. It's just you can practice in deathmatch. Deathmatch, you should go into it with a specific goal each time you play it, and it can be as simple as just to warm up, or as complex or as different as trying a new mouse grip. Like you could be trying a new mouse grip, but you could be completely terrible at it. But deathmatch, you have just the whole game to just try as much as you want to just learn it, practice that mouse grip, do whatever. And so the common theme here, without me having to keep reiterating it, is just practice. Practice something. If you're playing deathmatch, a fairly practical piece of advice that I can give is if you're new to the game, like brand new, you don't know the maps yet, or you don't know the weapons or whatever. If you are brand new, then use deathmatch to learn all of those maps. Like all of those maps, nearly all of them are in unrated and competitive queue, meaning you're gonna need to know them anyways. So just walk around the map and be lucid of what you're seeing, how you're moving, what you're doing, and just all the different aspects of the map. And just acknowledge how like what the angles look like, so that when you play that map in a competitive game, you aren't just oblivious to everything, or you aren't just trying to learn it for the first time when you get into a competitive game. So use deathmatch to learn the maps if you're brand new. And let's say you aren't brand new. If you've played for a little bit or you kind of understand all the maps that are in deathmatch, then instead of trying to learn the maps, learn how to optimize those maps as well as practice your mechanics. And this kind of leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about, that's kind of attached, which is if you're going to play deathmatch, the biggest part of it is to improve mechanics. And the way that you improve mechanics is understand what your weaknesses are, as plentiful as that may be. Understand what they are and try to just focus on one or two at a time, or just be lucid of what they all are, and just try to understand why you do certain things, like why you might crouch in a situation which isn't so good to crouch in, or why you may commit and just stand still in a fight that you're missing in, or whatever the case is. It's just practice your mechanics and try to get some sense of mastery over your movement and your aim, however long that may take. But you use deathmatch to do this because you can die and respawn and die and respawn and die and respawn over and over and over. And there's no downside. So when you are new, practice maps. When you are not as new and you know the maps, practice your mechanics and optimize your maps. And if you don't need any of those things, you probably watched the wrong video. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for me on this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if there's anything that you want to say, please say it in the comments. I'd love to talk to you. Have a great rest of your day.